Sisu, the heart of the Finlandia experience. As a first-year student, you have spent the past month and a half acclimating to the new life of college, to being in a new place and meeting new people, having new schedules and different methods of studying, learning, and interacting. For some of you, this is an entirely new place, and you are separated from the friends and family you have back home. And all this newness takes place at a time when the novel coronavirus, COVID-19, has changed the very way we can interact with one another. Apart from this pandemic, the first year of college is a crash course in life that every college student takes. As you have gone through this jumble of experience all at once, you have taken this class, the Sisu seminar, and now, at the end, it is time to tell you what Sisu really means. But first, a story. This place is called Finlandia University in honor of the people who founded our institution as Suomi College in 1896. Coming from the faraway land of Finland, as you can see in the map, it is in the far north of Europe, these people came to Hancock in search of a better life. What they left behind in Europe was famine, land shortages, poverty, and political tension with the Russian authorities that ruled Finland at that time. What they sought in America were the basic needs of life: food and a steady living, a small piece of land they could call their own, freedom to express themselves religiously and politically. All of these things they hoped to find in America. Finns, like many other immigrants to the area, were attracted by recruiters seeking workers for the copper mines that were once the local dominant industry. They answered the call in droves, and by 1890 were the dominant ethnic group in the area, sharing mining tunnels and neighborhoods with indigenous Ojibwe and immigrant Germans, Italians, Swedes, Cornish, Irish, and Slavic peoples, among many others. As mines only hired men in those days, initially only men came, and so if anyone knows what the men's floors are like in the dorms, you can imagine what an entire town mostly filled with men your age who had no family around to keep an eye on them would be like. As one group among dozens of immigrant groups, Finns became quickly known and stereotyped for many differences they had. Finnish language, unlike nearly every other language in Europe, is a member of the Uralic language family, while English, and nearly every other language spoken in Europe, is a member of the Indo-European language family. This fact led some 19th century philosophers and others to classify Finns as being ethnically Asian because some of the languages in this Uralic family are found in Siberia. Racist laws, including the Chinese Exclusion Act, were even used against Finns several times to prevent them from becoming citizens and to persecute them in general. Finally, Finns were known for standing up for themselves as workers in the copper mines and for banding together against dangerous work conditions, low pay, and death benefit packages that did not prevent surviving family members from plunging into poverty. These factors all made Finns different and even a little dangerous to others in the area, and negative stereotypes about Finns, both specific and general, persist to this day in the region. As sisters and wives joined their male family members in Hancock and a functional ethnic community of Finns developed, Finlandia University, then Suomi College, was founded to help in the transition to a life in America. The college trained Lutheran ministers who spoke Finnish and also provided men and women with educations that could give them jobs outside of the mines. Though Finlandia has always been small, you can see from the first graduation photo that it was once much smaller. Since then, Finlandia has served not only the local and national Finnish ethnic community as a place of higher learning, but it has grown to serve students from around the world. It took a certain amount of guts to found a small university that was initially only useful for those who spoke Finnish in a remote area. This idea of guts in Finnish is embodied in the word sisu. It is derived from words pertaining to the inner core of a body, the actual guts, and in a primal sense, it represents the inner core of strength that each person has and must draw from when life throws boulders in the path. It is what allows us to achieve the impossible and to make the best out of difficult situations. In Finland, it is a word that everyone knows and understands. It is used in personal contexts, in advertising, and even in historical narratives. According to the modern Finnish dictionary, Sisu is a noun that means daring, courage, persistence, undiscourageability, especially in confronting great efforts and hardships, for example, in athleticism or in the course of war. In meeting one's needs beyond the normal capacity, apparently exceeding one's possible energy for perseverance. This is a lot packed into one tiny word. Sisu is a term that is just as applicable to someone surviving a war as it is to us as we face our more everyday obstacles and challenges. Completing a college degree is an immense challenge, and you are here beginning that journey now. Some of you are homesick. Some of you have had difficulty adjusting to the new routine. Some of you have had trouble cobbling together the money to get here. And yet, here you are, persisting, doing what you can day by day, until one day you will stand on a stage with your diploma in hand, and all of us will cheer. The current pandemic, as well as a number of nationwide and global crises, has created the grounds for you to be one of the most challenged first-year college classes in American history. Only interruptions like the Civil War, the First and Second World Wars, the 1918 flu pandemic, and Vietnam can really compare to what you are facing now as students. Some of you have sick family members at home. Some of you are awaiting news of wildfires spreading to your town. Some of you might be personally connected to a person harmed as we as a nation consider who we are at our core and who exactly gets to be a full, real, free American. What you are facing is unfathomable and extraordinary, but it doesn't have to be impossible. Every year I give a talk about Sisu to first-year students. This is the first time I have ever had to deliver it entirely virtually. I cannot see your faces in person, and if I could, we would all be masked. You have entered a space where nearly faceless people, many or all of whom you don't know, is a norm. It must be strange and alienating. You do have a lot of Sisu because you are still here now, and that is good. It is progress in strange times. It is, however, different from how it normally is. This year, your inner Sisu may be what you feel most comfortable relying on, more so than students in other years. However, I do hope that you can build your group Sisu this year as well. As you start out, now more than ever, it is important for you to grow your roots here. Every connection you make on campus is one that can help you. Many of you already know coaches and teammates. Many of you, with the strange circumstances of this particular year, may not yet know anyone. This makes it imperative that you reach out however you can. Get to know your academic advisors. We are here specifically to help. Make an appointment to meet your professors, either in person or over Zoom. Pop in for one of the free takeout dinners at the chapel. Make use of the services of TLC Trio. Also, if you have an idea for ways to students to connect either in person with social distancing or over Zoom, bring it forth. Sometimes a conversation with Aaron Barnett or an academic advisor can get the ball rolling on great things. Embracing your Sisu now will ensure that, as we ease into a world that will be different due to all we have faced, you will be in a place to navigate what comes, and you will have the resolve, steadiness, and social support that you need to make it through. The concept of Sisu has been a cornerstone of the Finlandia experience since its very beginning, and it has been the foundation for many lives filled with many great things. Let yours be one of them too.